Hi, and welcome to BremSter Puzzles, and back to the Sudokétudes series of puzzles, where I'm calling this constraint a Slipped Windoku, but realistically it's just a cages puzzle. And the reason I'm calling it a Slipped Windoku we'll get to in just a second. So of course there'll be a link below to where you can try this puzzle for itself, but yeah, the reason it's a Slipped Windoku is those of you who've been following the series will know what a Windoku puzzle is. It's where you have cages in these positions in the grid where I've put these highlighted cells. And if you've got 4 cages in those positions in the grid, then what you have is a whole bunch of logic you can use around bonus regions that are hidden in the grid. Now, that's not where the cages are in this grid because the top ones have been slipped, which is why I've called this puzzle earthquake damage, into these positions. So some of the logic still holds true, but other bits don't. And I just thought it would be a fun thing to explore. So I did. So let's have a look at the rules. So we've got normal Sudoku rules apply. So in every box, in every row, and in every column, the digits 1 to 9 must be placed without repetition. Also, digits cannot repeat within cages, and all of these cages are effectively the same shape as the boxes or the boxes of the Sudoku, and because they're 9 cells, that means they must contain the digits 1 to 9 without repeats as well. Now, before I go into the solve, I'm going to cover basically a piece of logic that if you're familiar with Windoku, you will know. But in this puzzle, it only really works in the rows, which is these are 3 rows of the Sudoku. So we know that in those 3 rows, we have to put 3 1s, 3 2s, 3 3s, all the way through to 3 9s. There's 3 of each digit, but there's 1 of each digit in that cage, and there's 1 of each digit in that cage. So if we remove those, there's 1 of each digit in yellow. And the same is true down here. These rows contain, each row contains 1 of each digit. So 3 rows is 3 of each digit. There's 1 of each digit in there. There's 1 of each digit in there. If we remove those 2 cases of 1 of each digit, the green must contain 1 of each digit. And that still holds true in this puzzle. It's just with a normal Windoku, you can also do that vertically. You can't do that in this puzzle. There may be more geometry you can use, but I don't remember needing to use it to solve this puzzle. I was just playing with the horizontals. I'm going to restart the puzzle to restart my timer. Let's give this a shot. So what we do know is this 1 and 2 must exist in this cage somewhere, and they can't exist down here. So this must contain 1 and 2. And the other digit that is in here must exist in that cell. So this is 1, 2 plus whatever that digit is. Okay. This can't be the 1 and this can't be the 2. That's fair. The 2, therefore, the 2 in this this cage can't be in those cells because there's already 1 in the box, and it can't be in those cells because there's already a 2 in that row to put 1 in that cage. So the 2 is in one of those 2. I actually don't remember how hard this was. My testers actually called it not too tricky, but we will see. 5 and 5 means 5 is in one of those 2. 6 and 6 puts 6. Oh, and the 5 here is looking up saying that's not the 5, that's the 5. And 6 and 6 means 6 is in one of those 3, but it's not in the middle cell. So 6 is in one of those 2. Interesting. 3. Right. Okay. What can this be? Because what can the other digit here be? I've already got 1, 2. It can't be 3. It can't be 4. It can't be 5. It can't be 6. And it can't be 9. And it can't be 7. This is 1, 2, 8. So what is the third digit that can go in here with the 1, 2? It can't be 3. It can't be 4. It can't be 5. It can't be 6 because 6 is in the cage up here. It can't be 7 because if I put 7 here, I'd have to put 7 here and I can't. It can be 8. It can't be 9. There's already a 9. This is a 1, 2, 8 triple. That's kind of cool. And there's no 1 here or 2 here. I actually quite like that. I don't know if I remember that logic, but it's cool. So these, well, this means this is an 8. So this isn't the 8. And these, there must be a 3 in one of those 2 because I can't put the 3 here. This is a 3, 4 pair because I have to put 3 and 4 in here and I can't put 3 or 4 in those cells. So this is 3, 4. So this is 6. This is 3, 4. There's no 6 there. Remove the 3 corner marks. And this is the 7. Neat. Which means by Sudoku, 7 is in one of those two. What's this triple? 3, 4, 9? And there's no 4 there. So the 4 is in one of those two. That puts 4 in one of those. Actually, it puts 4 in one of those two, because the 4 here means there's no 4 in those. The 4 here means there's no 4 in those. And the 4 in one of those two means there's no 4 in those. 4 is in one of those two. Okay. Can't put 1, 2, or 8 in any of those. Can't put 1 in any of those. Actually, can't put 2 in any of those, or any of those, or any of those. 2 is in one of those two. And this 2 is looking down saying that's not the 2. So that's the 2, meaning that's the 1, that's the 8, that's the 2. This is a pair now. This is an 8-9 pair, and the 8 here makes that the 9 and that the 8. This is a triple. 1, 3, 9. There's no 1 there. There's no 9 in either of those. That's the 9. The 1, 3 looks up, making that the 4 and that the 3. And these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 7. And these 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6. That's kind of cool. I really don't remember this puzzle as much. I remember playing with the concept, but I don't remember that actually being used. I think I could do, not yet, but I think this comes into play somehow. Because that's a quadruple. 1, I've got, because this is a set of unique digits for the reasons I explained before. So I've got 2, I need 3, I've got 4, 5, 6, 7. So these are 1, 3, 8, and 9. Okay, that did not help me at all, did it? Well, there's no 9 in either of those. There's no 3 there. There's no 1 or 8 there. This is 3 or 9. 9 is in one of those two to be in the region, so there's no 9 there. So how do I put the digits into here? Well, 5 and 6 are not there or there. So 5 and 6 are in these. So 5 is in one of those two, 6 is in one of those two. What are these? Oh, these are 3, 5, 6, and 9. There's no 5 there, there's no 6 there. There's no 3 there. That's probably not what I should be looking at. 1, 2, 3, 4. There must be an 8 in one of these two, because I have to put 8 in this cage. I've already got one in this box. I've already got one in this box. Can't put it down here. So there's an 8 in here. Oh, this is a 2 by Sudoku since I got that. Can I flush any of these out? 1 in this column is down here. So 1 in this box. Well, I know this triple. 1, 5, 9. There's no 5 here. It actually didn't do much, but this is not a quadruple. Can I do anything with that? 4 is in one of those two. And the 4 is looking down saying, that's not the 4. That's the 4. So 4 in this cage? Not really. Oh, yeah, 4. Looking up saying, that's not the 4. That's the 4. Two is not in any of those or there. 2 is in one of those two. This is a quadruple. I need to put a 3 in it. A 6. 3, 6, 7, 8. Well, there's no 6 or 7 there, so this is only 3 or 8. And there's no 6 for the column, and there's no 7 for that. 2 is in one of those two. There's no 2 there, that's the 2. When I put the 2s in there, I could have resolved them. So these are 1, 7, 8, 9. So 1, 7, 8, 9, there's no 1 or 7 there. This is 1, 3, 8 for the row. Okay. 5 is in this cage. Actually, 5 and 6 are in this cage. The 5 and the 6 here mean I can't put 5 or 6 in any of those. So 5 and 6. Well, this is the 5. Where do I put 5 in this box? 5 isn't down here and 5 isn't in here. This is the 5. Looking up saying that's not the 5. So 5 in this row is now right there, which means this isn't the 5, and in this row, that is the 5. And now, where can I put 5 in this cage? I can't put it in any of those or any of those or those. That's the 5, that's the 7. And 5 is in one of those two by Sudoku, but that 5 is looking across, or the 5 in the cage is saying that's the 5. I think that's all the 5s now. But these are 1, 6, 8, and 9. And I can't put 9 in any of those. So that's the 9, that's the 1. This is a 6, 8 pair, which means this can't be an 8 or there'd be 2 8s in the cage. That's the 3, looking up, taking 3 out of there. And these are 2 and 9 to complete the cage. Okay. I'm having fun with the puzzle, and that's what matters, right? Even though I'm a little bit confused. The 4 is looking up. That's been resolved forever. That's the 3, which makes that the 9, which makes that the 4. The 3 comes out of here. 1 is in one of those two. The 9 takes 9 out of those. So this is a 1, 7, 8 triple. This is the 3. That feels, it's following the pencil marks correctly, which takes 3 out of there, making that the 9. This becomes a 1, whoops, taking 9 out of there. This is a 1, 8 pair, making that the 9, making that the 6, making that the 3. That all seems to have followed the pencil marks, but I'm not sure how. Yeah, it's followed the pencil marks. That's got to be good enough, right? Right. The 1, 8 is looking down, making that the 6 and that the 8. The 9 is looking down, making that the 2 and that the 9. This is a triple. Actually, let's just use this column. 1, 2, 3, there's no 4 in this column. So these have to be 3 and 8, and the 8 makes that the 3 and that the 8. The 4 looks across, making that the 6 and that the 4. So this row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, so these are 1 and 2, and the 2 is looking down, making that the 1 and that the 2. So this is a triple, because it has to be for both the cage and the column. So they are 6, 7, and 8. There's no 8 there, so that's the 8. So this has to be a 6 or a 7, and this, in order to complete the box. The 9 is looking down, making that the 1 and that the 9. The 1 looks up, taking 1 out of all of those. So that becomes the 8, the 7, and the 1. The 1 looks across, making that the 8 and the 1. The 7 looks across, making that the 6, that the 7, that the 6, that the 7. And the 1 looks across, making that the 3 and that the 1. And that is how you solve earthquake damage, the Slipped Windoku, which is... I couldn't tell if this was an easier way to get into the concept of Windoku because you really only had these little bonus regions, but I thought it was an interesting concept of playing with the cages. I don't know. I'll let other people provide feedback about whether this is something I should explore a little bit more. I had fun setting it, and that's what matters to me. Yeah, I'm playing with ideas. Are all the ideas great? No. I don't profess to be a phenomenal setter who only churns out amazing puzzles. I just have fun with what I'm doing and I'm sharing them. I'm not sharing all of them. Some of them get binned very hard. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you're enjoying the series. And as always, good luck with your solving.